there's songs that like I'm listening, I hear and I go, run, like in whatever room I'm in, to find out who it is. And it was Esmer Machine in 1,000 Days. 2 weeks later, we find out they're playing at this little place called White Rabbit.
I think we were amongst about 20, 25 people at the show.
And the only people who were probably into Esper Machine and knew who they were.
Well, it was an underage show, and about 3 or 4 songs in, they had a curfew, and a whole bunch of people just left. So then there's about 12 of us, and I'm like, he's still just. It was as if he was playing to 20,000 people.
Yeah, it was. It was really. That's why I'm excited to see him tonight. I actually, I sent him a message on Facebook, and I said, you guys played at the show, and I said, I'm really excited about this because this is going to give you a whole new, instead of just a little bit,
sure, yeah.
You're going to get a larger crowd, better sound. So I'm excited for them because they put on, as he said, 50 people there, and they still put heart and soul into it.
That's the way you got to do it.
It was, we were very impressed.
That's the best bands that I've ever seen live are the ones who put on the same show for 5 people that they would for 5,000. They don't care that there's not a ton of people there. They're just there to do a show.
They're there to do their passion. You meet one person, but they're going to share that passion with that one person.
Oftentimes that's how it starts. You just have to get that snowball rolling eventually.
Because that one person is going to tell another person.
Yep, exactly. And that's people really don't realize how important that is for this kind of music. Like word of mouth is amazingly important.
That's your biggest advertising.
Sure. Because somebody isn't going to recommend something if they know your tastes. They know, like, oh, check this out. You love it. So you take that a little bit more to heart than reading a random review in a magazine or something from somebody whose musical taste you don't really know.
Right, and they may not even know what they're writing about. They're just like, okay, Right, exactly. And they have no idea of the musical genre of other bands that sound like that who are doing that as their passion.
Sure.
They're just like reviewing an album that, okay, let's synthesize yours.
Right. Right.
And I also do have to say, your lyrics, very poetic and deep, and I think that's what I love about your music the most. Not to say that the musical part of it, but I listen to the lyrics and it's just wow.
Thank you very much.
I just have to compliment you.
I appreciate that.
So very poetic and beautiful and intelligent. That's what I love too. And I think that may be another thing that scares people about our music is because it is intelligent.
Yeah, people want different things from music. I think if you want music with a more intellectual bent to it, you're probably going to be looking into some of the alternative forms. If you just want something to shake your ass to at a party, then that's what pop music is for. And they both serve their purpose. One certainly gets overexposed more than the other, but there's something to be said for bands like AC/DC or the Ramones that's just borderline retarded musically as far as just three chords or whatever for 2.5 minutes. But sometimes that's just what you want. You just want something stupid and fun,
Yeah. Well, you liked punk music a lot because I did too. That's where I started. With Dead Kennedys and Jimmy H. It's just what I was really into. Before the whole synth stuff was coming out, I was discovering that.
Well, I think the synth stuff is sort of what became not necessarily the same musical style, but the whole DIY ethos that punk represented became electronic music. Because the whole idea of punk was you don't need to know how to play an instrument properly.
It's true.
Well, guess what? You really don't need to play an instrument properly. You don't have to play an instrument at all.
You touch a button.
Yeah, exactly.
And it does it for you.
So, I think that was a natural progression for me. When I discovered this kind of music. And also, from my position, like I said before, growing up in a place where no one else was really into electronic music, I was like, oh, cool, I can do all this myself. I don't need anybody else. You know, you don't have to worry about your drummer flaking out here. Yeah,
exactly, yeah.
Just work on it whenever you want to work on it.
Oh, okay. He's telling me how much time we had left, and I actually ended the interview a while back, and we just kept chatting because I actually, I do have to say, I do apologize about messing up the name, because look, I even wrote it down right.
That's all right.
I wrote,
okay.
it was like, you know when I got nervous? You know, because as I said, it's been a long time since I've done an interview.
Mm-hmm.
And doing an interview that, you know, with someone you've just been a fan of for like over 10 years, just, it's like, I like your music.
Well, it turned out pretty well. A little editing, it'll be perfect.
Oh, yes, yes indeed.